It's really, what is your peace?
Sometimes it's just joyful bliss. Sometimes it's peace. And to me, peace feels very still.
As healers, sometimes we want to heal everybody, and we think that we know best for our family.
How little that threat seems to be that puts us into fight, flight, or freeze. And we go immediately into that reptilian part of our brain. And, I mean, it's just so automatic.
Personally, as hardships and major downers can turn into blessings like that, not just for you personally, but for everyone, for humanity. Something greater is happening. And this room is a beautiful microcosm of that. And then we leave, and it just keeps going and going.
But when you are being accepted, when you, like, for example, when you had your first kiss, your first love, you feel like you're in heaven, you're like, oh, they not only accept me, they welcome me, they want me, you feel, completely the opposite. It's like, how do you get yourself back into that? Like, try to push your own buttons, trying to find what feels good by yourself, within yourself. Because that's like, the very first thing you gotta do, you gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else.
We were created. We're yin and yang. That we had to become one with the universe.
That's beautiful.
Like, my whole body has changed now with the energy of doing.
So his father found a picture of the planet, and he tore it up in little puzzle pieces, and he gave it to his son, and he figured it would give him, half an hour peace and calm and quiet. So the little boy came back in 5 minutes. He said, "Here, Dad, I put it together." And he said, "How did you do that?"
I asked to start folding these when we lived in a little farming town in Ohio. I started folding these paper cranes. Make sure it's a nice fold, because the next step is a challenge.
All right, this is for everyone who got all this stuff in those folds. I'll see it when I believe it. It's the law of the land. I'll see it when I believe it. It's simple to understand. It's simple to understand.
There's over 100,000 of these little angel pins now, and I remember when they started, I said, "How did it start?" And I said, "Oh, I remember it 10 years ago. I went to AC Moore and I bought this bag of safety pins, and there were 100 pins, and I went to the Columbus flea market, and somebody was selling, I think, 2,400 charms of an angel. And I remember I wrote that first poem, and I just started taking these safety pins and clipping this little angel on. So I just started giving them away. I have 30,000 letters from people that told me where they were when somebody gave them an angel pin.
A young woman sits down next to me and, what do you do? What do you do? I make documentary films. Oh, yes. What films have you made? Well, I said, my recent one, which I'm happy to say got an Academy Award nomination. And we've been trying to get the school integrated, and too much opposition. I brought A Time for Burning, your film, down to my school, all-girls school in Alabama, and we integrated the school.
And 6 weeks before I was supposed to go to the New York Times to be a crusading reporter, I began meditating, and in about a week my life changed. And I had the awareness that there was something wrong about getting millions of readers upset, realizing in that moment, that decision, that I would be here right now, using myself in a very different way.
We've really got the opportunity to change the conversation, and one way we can do that is online. We can talk about our piece and our way of changing the world, seek out the positive things online, encourage it, and become part of that conversation.
Yeah, taking a deep breath and learning to be the calm center in the pond in the midst of raging waves of chaos in my life. And I know that I'm always at choice, that when I focus on the waves and the chaos, by judging, by fearing, by feeling that other people are different from me, then I become a crashing wave. Versus when I sit in stillness and know that love is really all there is.
The heart is the center of your energy, and that's the power that, that's that universal energy that we all connect to, is that heart line, love, force, energy. And your heart goes and it connects every single cell in your body, just like every single person is connected to this earth, and every 100 years the people are all brand new, and every 7 years your cells in your body are all brand new.
Well, obviously being a mom changes your life, but it's never the way I think you probably would ever anticipate, and it's probably different for every mom, because we each are here to learn our own issues and things. But for me, she has been like this big mirror of me that all of a sudden I saw coming back at me, and it was like, oh. And so that made me obviously want to start changing that immediately.
We are circles of light moving through time and space, creating spheres of influence.
What I really want to say is that it's so important that you consider using my tool or anything else, that love is much closer than you thought when you're in those impossible situations. The only difference between an open heart and a closed heart is that an open heart is open one more time than it's closed.
Limited. It's redeemable at the heart of Glenda Smith. It's in the amount of intense gratitude and extreme joy for peace from source.
So the success headline that I wrote for today was, Director of International Movie inspires and empowers her cast of peacemakers to share their best tools, tips, stories, examples, and peace making experience with the world. So I really appreciate you being that.